At the beginning of the story, we see the MC, Xu Zhengyang, walking in the rain, carrying 2 plastic bags filled with cash as he heads to the bank. His brother is talking to him on the phone. "I heard you sold your house to start a business. With that brain of yours, starting a business is just adding to the GDP for society." Xu Zhengyang sits on a bench, lowers his head, and replies, "Bro, I just want to succeed for once." His brother scoffs and says, "Succeed? Have you ever succeeded at anything since you were a kid? You're nothing but a complete loser." Then, his brother continues, "Give up on this fantasy as soon as possible. You're a disaster to everyone around you. Don't call me bro anymore. From now on, we're cutting ties." Xu Zhengyang listens to his brother's harsh words and feels deeply frustrated. He hangs up the phone and begins reflecting on his past. "Ever since I was a kid, I'd shoot a slingshot and end up hitting myself. Every time I skipped school to go online, I got caught. My college entrance exam results were so bad that even the worst school in the country rejected me. After entering the workforce, I failed to close a single deal." Feeling disheartened, Xu Zhengyang lowers his head and keeps walking forward. "I crave success too much, even just once. Just once would be enough." He looks at the bank counter ahead and thinks, "The money I have for buying a house is my only hope." Just then, his system activates. System. New world loading complete. Global prices have been reduced by 1 million times. Only your total assets remain unchanged. Your current assets of 2,153,795.93 yuan have been deposited into the system. Xu Zhengyang is shocked. New world? Price reduction? What on earth is this? Looking around in confusion, he thinks, "Maybe I've been so desperate for success that I'm hallucinating?" He walks to the counter and hands over the plastic bags of cash, thinking, "Whatever, I'll deposit the money first, then go home and sleep." He says to the cashier, "Hello? I'd like to deposit some spare change." The cashier, annoyed by the rain and eager to leave work early, thinks to herself, "So annoying. It's pouring outside, and I just want to get home early. From the look of this plastic bag, it's probably just a tiny amount. Every time, it takes forever to count. Damn it, why do I always run into these broke customers?" However, when she opens the bag, she is completely shocked. Inside, there are countless 5 yuan and 1 yuan bills, all neatly stacked. Her hands tremble as she asks, Sir, how much do you want to deposit?" Xu Zhengyang smiles and replies, 8,000 yuan. Terrified, the cashier immediately calls someone and says, "Your transaction cannot be processed here. I'll immediately contact the main branch for you. Please wait a moment. A dedicated vehicle will arrive shortly." She mutters to herself in disbelief. Oh my God. Do rich people really act this casually? 8,000 yuan in spare change, stuffed into a plastic bag? Xu Zhengyang overhears her and frowns, saying, "Talking to others while handling a transaction is inappropriate. Be careful or I'll file a complaint against you." Just then, a luxury car pulls up in front of the bank. Several bodyguards armed with guns step out and begin protecting Xu Zhengyang. An old man steps forward and says respectfully, "Respected VIP, please step into the car." Xu Zhengyang is utterly confused and remains in shock. Meanwhile, the old man is on the phone saying, "The VIP has been escorted into the car, preparing to depart." Inside the car, Xu Zhengyang feels overwhelmed by the excessive security. "Wait, I was just venting. I won't file a complaint, okay? What's going on? I'm just depositing 8,000 yuan. Is all this really necessary?" Looking out the window, he sees a man talking on the phone with his mother. "Mom, my bonus this month is at least 5 fen. I will send 4 fen to you later." Xu Zhengyang's expression stiffens. "What? 10 boxes of milk for 1 hao? For Rinto's bonus?" Then, remembering what the system said, he starts sweating. "Wait, could it be that wasn't a hallucination earlier?" Next, the old man from before introduces himself. "Hello, I'm the manager of Guangmin Bank's main branch in Santai City, Chenhaohai. Hearing this name, Xu Zhengyang snaps out of his thoughts. Chenhaohai, one of Santai City's top capitalists. Last time I visited the main branch, I was kicked out by security just for stepping inside. He quickly decides to flatter him. Manager Chen, your suit looks amazing. How much did it cost to have it tailored? Thinking to himself, maybe if I butter him up a little, he might help me out. Chen Haohai answers, it's not a particularly high-end material. It only costs 2 fen. Xu Zhengyang is stunned. 2 fen? Are you joking with me? Holding his head, he thinks, looks like apart from my 2 million yuan, global prices really have dropped. If it's true that prices dropped by 1 million times, then my current assets are... Curious, he pulls out a banknote from his bag and inspects it. I wonder what changes this new world has brought to currency. Feeling the texture, he notices, the texture feels much thicker than before, and the material seems much sturdier. It doesn't tear as easily. To test it, he tears the note apart. Seeing this, Manager Chen is dumbfounded. Do rich people really have such unique hobbies? Those are limited edition banknotes only available to people with certain assets, and he just tears it apart? Finally, they arrive at the main branch of the bank. A beautiful woman greets him. Hello, Mr. Xu. My name is Lin Yurong, and I'll be handling your deposit today. Xu Zhengyang politely says, thank you for your hard work. I'm just here to deposit some money. Lin Yurong responds, got it, I'll process it immediately. Blushing slightly, Xu Zhengyang thinks to himself, perfect. That figure, that face. Very nice. Lin starts counting the cash while Xu Zhengyang sits on the sofa, observing the situation. First, they personally come to pick me up. Then they assigned a beauty like her to handle my transaction. Normally, wouldn't they try to persuade me to opt for a fixed-term deposit? Why is this happening so quickly? Something's off. Why hasn't this old fox said a word? Is he planning something after this transaction? Then, a notification appears on his phone. 8,268 yuan has been deposited. Xu Zhengyang says, oh, the deposit is done already? His current balance is 664,188.85 yuan. Hearing this, Lin is so shocked that she drops her tea and starts trembling. Then, the system announces, to prevent the host from overspending, the remaining 1.5 million yuan has been deposited into the system bank as a demand deposit. With an annual interest rate of 10%, approximately 12,000 yuan will be credited monthly to your bank account. Xu Zhengyang is disappointed. Only this much? Hearing this, both Lin and Manager Chen are left in total shock. 660,000? Does this guy know that the richest man in Huaxia has only 380,000 in assets? And he says, just this much? Is this even something a normal human would say? They bow down and invite Xu Zhengyang for dinner, saying, if you ever need any help in the future, please remember us. Xu Zhengyang takes their business cards and laughs. Sure, then I'm leaving. As he walks away, he thinks, Chen Haohai went through all this effort just to hear my account notification? This old fox is probably eyeing my entire fortune now. Whatever, I'll deal with it as it comes. Stretching, he says, time to work out a bit, then grab a meal with my buddy Chen Baola. Nearby, a girl mutters, oh, here to mooch off the class again?